Hey folks, just wanted to make a video today because I haven't done a live stream in a while, and this is not a live stream, but I don't know. I've just been taking a little bit of time off, not really, but I haven't been as active on YouTube as a lot of you might know. Just going through kind of just a lot of stuff in life right now. Some of it's pretty good, some of it's like sad. So just thought I'd talk about that a little bit today, and so I guess I'll just tell you what's going on. So I didn't plan this video out at all, so I don't know where to start. I had a lot of plans, I guess. Well, a lot of you know I just got married last year, and marriage is really, really good. Some kind of animal back there. Yeah, I love being married. It's very different though. When I was a single guy, I had a lot of fun trumping all over the world. I'd spend a summer in Europe, and I'd go spend a year in South America. Hey, I'm gonna go spend a year in Thailand. Let's make it 2 years. Last minute make all these changes and go hitchhiking all around the United States, all around Canada. Man, I had a blast, and and I'm glad I did all that stuff. Now I'm married, and my priorities have changed a lot. Not necessarily as a consequence of being married, but just as a consequence of getting older and just being in a new chapter of life. And and I'm really happy to be in this chapter. And as much as I love traveling, love going to new countries, love learning new languages, I also have other goals too, so that's cool. I think I'm gonna stay put for a while here in America. Hopefully, probably, never know what the future holds, but probably plant some roots back here again. But that's a change. It's an adjustment, because as just a month ago, 2 months ago, my wife and I were planning on still living abroad. A lot of you know I applied to graduate school at McGill University. Found out earlier this year that I didn't get in there, which is actually, in retrospect, it was actually a good thing, because we found out 2 months ago that my mom has cancer, and so my wife and I moved back to Wisconsin to kind of be with my family, which was actually a good thing. I mean, obviously cancer is bad, but my wife and I had both been missing Wisconsin. We were living in Thailand at the time. After it turned out we were not going to be able to move to Canada, we were thinking we would probably stay another year in Thailand, which I love Thailand, but I did not want to live there for another year. So it was very contradictory. And yeah, so we made sort of a last minute decision to move back to Wisconsin for the second year in a row. Because we did the same thing 2020, COVID came around, and we were living in Thailand at that time, and we had, we made a very quick decision. Like over the course of 3 hours, we made the decision to change from staying another year to move back to Wisconsin. So this is the second year in a row we did that. But there's a lot of changes that come along with that. We had a free place to stay in Thailand because of my wife's work as a teacher, and we had cost of living is very cheap in Thailand, so we had a lot of freedom. I had a lot of freedom to I was trying to make YouTube into sort of like a full-time job, and I did that, although it was a low-paying full-time job. For Thailand, it was fine, but I was kind of hoping to turn YouTube and some of my other side projects into more of a viable income. And really what it was is it was a good side job. I get some ad revenue from YouTube. I'm selling these books, The Little Dragon and The Zombie Girlfriend, which, I really like the concept of these language learning books that I've been making. So I'm going to keep doing that for sure, but just not nearly as intensively. Anyways, with all of my little side projects, teaching languages, doing Patreon, stuff like that, I was making like a nice side income, but I was putting in full-time hours, and when I was a single guy, it was no problem. I would sit at my computer and I would work at editing a YouTube video for hours and hours and hours at a time. Or I would, get my mind set to writing a book, and I would just sit down and write a book. And I could sit down on a Saturday morning and work on it till I went to bed at night. And I would go to bed at 3 a.m. because I couldn't stop writing a book, I just have that kind of personality. I get hyper focused on one thing, and that's sometimes is really good for my work ethic, because I can work so hard for so long and love every second of it. Sometimes it's bad for my work ethic, because when I know I have something that I need to do, but I get focused on something else, it makes it hard in that sense. But when I was a single guy, doing YouTube, it was a lot easier to be way more consistent. But it's just not really fair to my wife to do that. And also, I just don't want to be the kind of husband who just works all the time and neglects his relationships, and I want to have personal life, even just with friends and with my other family members. My nephews are growing up, and I want to be there for them. So for the last year, over a year, I was really working hard to try to get all of my little business ventures through YouTube and language learning and all my little projects and stuff like that. I was trying to turn them into more of a viable job, instead of just the little side income which they had been. And I was a little bit discouraged because, I don't know, for some reason my YouTube channel and my revenue coming through the books and stuff like that had been growing. And then earlier this year, it kind of started to plummet, even though I feel like I was putting in the same effort or more effort into my YouTube channel and into my books and stuff like that. And I wasn't really sure why, and it was kind of discouraging, because I was kind of hoping that I could just use this to support my family, which I still could, like eventually at some point, if all YouTube channels have ups and downs, I'm sure, and maybe it'll shoot back up again. And the other thing that I was really encouraged by was TikTok. I just kind of randomly started a TikTok earlier this year where I would speak Thai, not because I thought I was going to go viral on TikTok, but because I was just using it as an outlet to practice Thai. And lots of Thai people use TikTok, so they would give me corrections and stuff like that. And I would literally just post videos on TikTok of myself speaking broken Thai, making lots of mistakes. I was okay with it, just doing exactly what I tell people to do, especially with the 30-day record yourself challenge. And for months I was just posting videos, and I had like 10 followers, and I was fine with that. And then one day it started going viral, and I had like 100,000 subscribers all of a sudden, and all my videos were getting like hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views, sometimes over like 2 million views in one day. And I was like, wow, this could actually be a viral, like a viable source of income for me, and it was. My TikTok was just going crazy. My last video on TikTok before we left Thailand was got 2 million views, I think, in the first day or first 2 days or something like that. So I was like, wow, this is awesome. And that was my last video in Thailand. And then as soon as we came back to America and I started posting videos here from America, I don't know if TikTok somehow like prioritizes showing your videos to people in the same area, but my videos have not at all had any traction since moving back to America. So I don't know, maybe if I started to use a VPN or something to trick TikTok into thinking I'm still in Thailand, then maybe they'll start boosting my videos again. I don't know, I could try it. But anyways, I don't want to rely on TikTok as like a income for my family. So I have been looking into getting more of a full-time job, more of a traditional day job, I had been tutoring a lot and like doing private lessons in English, Spanish, even French, and I thought, hey, that's like a traditional day job. But problem is, when I was doing it on my own, I had to find students and do all the scheduling, and like I didn't always have students. It was kind of dependent on if I could find students, and if my students, how reliable they were. So that wasn't a great day job. So I'm transitioning out of being a full-time YouTuber slash content creator slash teacher slash book writer, publisher, and I think for the time being I'm going to just be a construction worker. And I don't know if I'm going to try to go to grad school again in the next year. I might just take some time off, spend time with my family, start a family of my own. I mean, my wife and I, we're already a family, but, we'd like to have kids. Eventually, we want to get a house soon, which is also partially why I just need to get a job that just pays better, although right now we're living with my parents, trying to help take care of as much household stuff as we can, which is, it's also really nice because we're living rent free, So that's a huge blessing for us. And although it's, circumstances are sad. So one of the things is that a few years ago, a lot of so my mom, my dad, my two grandparents, and my sister were in a really bad car accident. They were hit by this guy who was on drugs, driving down the wrong side of the road, and that guy died instantly. And it's been really hard on my family. My grandpa survived, but he's bedridden now, and it's sad. He was super active before. Both my grandparents were, and so he can get in a wheelchair, but he spends most of his day in a bed, and my mom takes care of him. And so then when my mom got cancer, she's starting chemo now. Sorry, when I'm looking down here, I'm playing with sticks and stuff. I'm not like trying to avoid the camera. I'm just playing. Anyways, so that's why my wife and I came back, and we've been living with my family, and so we've been trying to help out as much as we can. Anyways, all of that to say, I don't know, I kind of lost my train of thought there. This video is already 16 minutes long, and I'm just sort of rambling. So many of you have probably noticed, I guess I'll just get back on the track. Many of you have probably noticed that my videos recently have been a lot shorter, simpler. Someone commented that they're like, why are the thumbnails on your video now are all like, use pictures of random people, and it's kind of confusing because they think I have like a guest speaker or it's a video by someone else. Honestly, it's just been easiest for me to post short videos, unedited videos, and then I just grab some stock photos off of like free stock photo websites for the thumbnail. And I just post a picture of a random person studying a language, and that's the thumbnail for my videos. And I'm gonna keep doing that for a while just because it's easiest and fastest. I have been working on a website that so right now the videos, if you've noticed all the videos that I've been posting, they have kind of been the same style. And so I'm making a website where I'm gonna host all of these videos, or at least put all of them in like a sequential order. And like, it's just something like, I know I have other things to focus on, but this is something that I enjoy doing. I like creating stuff. I like coming up with solutions and trying to help people. And so as much as I can spend time doing hobbies, or I have free times to do things that I enjoy, I'm gonna keep working on stuff like that. The other thing that I do is I spend a lot of time in nature. A few days ago I came out and I just camped out underneath this spruce tree right here. Been watching some survival shows on the History Channel. Alone. It's a great show if you like the outdoors. Anyways, that's what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've been working on this website just because I enjoy it. I've been working on another book, not because I feel the need to like use this as another source of income, but just because I gotta do stuff, So that's why my videos have been very simple lately. I still have a plan, but just can't dedicate as much time to it. My language learning, I guess I'm still in kind of a dilemma. We moved away from Thailand, and I've spent the last 2 years learning Thai, and I'm still at only an intermediate level. Well, you know, I moved to Thailand, and I was planning on just dedicating so much time to learning Thai, and then I got there and met the girl that I was gonna marry. And I'm not blaming her, because my wife has been really an amazing addition to my life. So it's not a fault or a blame, but it's just an honest cause of, you know, I planned on dedicating so much time to learning Thai, and I found other things to do in that time instead, and that was a good choice, you know. Man, my wife has brought a lot of fulfillment to my life, and so I'm very thankful for her, especially now that we're going through a difficult time. But it's just, all that to say, just that learning Thai was not the same as learning Spanish. When I moved to El Salvador, I just tossed myself into learning Spanish, and I said, this is my goal, right? And I would avoid English speakers. Honestly, I would try not to make friends with people who would speak English with me, because I wanted to learn Spanish. That was not the strategy I used in Thailand. I actually told myself before I moved to Thailand, I knew there was going to be a lot of single women at the school that I went to work at. And I told myself, I'm not going to get romantically entangled with anyone, because that is not in the plan. And, you know, the plans went differently. And and it was good, you know. I'm very glad I did not stick to my original plan, because I'm just so thankful to have my wife. You know, so much better than reaching fluency in Thai, you know. But anyway, so now I'm at a kind of a dilemma. Do I keep learning Thai now that I'm back in America, and Thailand doesn't seem to be the most viable, or the Thai language isn't super useful? I have other languages that I want to maintain, right? So if I keep studying Thai, then that's going to hurt my Spanish, it's going to hurt my French, it's going to hurt my Esperanto. It's going to stop me from learning any other languages I might want to learn, like Mandarin or Greek. But I decided that, like, I've dedicated 2 years of my life to learning Thai, and I just can't stop yet. So I have been, honestly, my attempts since we've been back have been a little bit half-hearted. I've been doing Anki every day, although, you know, you can't learn a language on Anki. It can help, but you need to do more. So I've also been trying to watch the Comprehensible Thai. I've been trying to, the YouTube channel Comprehensible Thai. I've been trying to read a book in Thai, but I really haven't put much effort into it. I bought like a package of 20 Thai lessons, and I've only used like 2 since we've been back. Although I'm gonna try to start doing that. Things were really crazy when we first moved back. We got to get the truck fixed. We got to get, you know, got to do all this stuff. Got to see all the friends that want to see us again. But also, I just need to get the ball rolling a little bit more on finding a job and stuff. So that's my life update. You know, it's hard to change plans. It's hard to change your lifestyle when, you know, I've just had a very free and carefree lifestyle for many years, and I've kind of just gone where the wind has blown me, without too much worry. And it was a great period of life, and it's kind of over, but it's hard to change. But you know, it's good. Change is good too, you know. So some things a little discouraged about, but I'm not depressed, you know. I've heard some people describe like depression, where they just don't feel any joy. It's hard to get out of bed in the morning, and that's definitely not me. I'm still, working hard and have a lot of joy in life. I have a lot of blessings in life that I thank God for, and they just help me get out of bed in the morning. And being back here in the States, being with my family, being with my nephews who just grew so much since I was in Thailand. It's crazy. So we go over, today's the 4th of July, we're gonna go spend the whole day with some of my nephews. I had a new nephew that was born while I was away, so I came back and I got to meet him. And man, life is good for a lot of reasons. It's also very hard. But I have a great wife now who has been really helpful and very supportive, and honestly, she's taken over a lot of the roles that my mom can't do now that she's going through chemo. Like taking care of my grandpa it's a big job, and my wife has been doing it. So my family loves her, and I love her, and we all have been, we're getting closer as a family. It's been really hard on her, hard, but also good. She's been, she hasn't seen her family since last year, and man, she's a great wife. We want to take a trip down to Virginia to go see her family sometime this summer, but the kind of, and we're gonna do that, but just don't know when yet. Anyways, that is everything that's going on in my life. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, and that's what's going on with my channel, So I guess I just made this whole video to ask for a little bit of grace from all of you, and a little bit of understanding, and maybe ask for a little bit of support, So I guess that's it. Just rambled for half an hour, and didn't plan out this video, but there we go. Bye-bye.